Mortgage is far beyond our expectations.
He's the surface way of owning a house.
My mouth is full of appreciation to Federal Mortgage Bank.
A very good evening to you. Quite a delight to have you join me again on another episode of Everyone Deserves a Home. My name is Zulaihat Belugubir, your host. As often as possible, the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, as part of its mandate, embarks on sensitizations and awareness campaigns to institutions, organizations, and corporate bodies to inform and enlighten various people about various products of the bank and how to access houses through the NHF scheme. From time to time, each branch office of the bank as well as the head office embarks on this sensitization and public enlightenment drive. Tonight, we will bring you the details of a one-day sensitization program organized by the FMBN for the Kwara State Universal Basic Education Board, held in Ilorin. We will also showcase an FMBN-funded estate located in Gombe State as our project in focus. These and more from our other segments will make up tonight's episode of the program. I'll be back after this time out. Stay with us.
To improve transparency and accountability in managing the NHF funds, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria has introduced *219#. *219# is a new way to know the status of your NHF contribution from anywhere. To use this service, dial *219#. Select 1 to update your contact detail. Press 2 to check your contribution status in any month up to the last 5 years. You can also use our mortgage calculator and bulletin board by selecting options 5 and 6 respectively. You can access other services by using direct shortcodes like *219*3# to retrieve your NHF number, *219*4*1# to check your last 5 transactions, and *219*4*2# to check your statement of account. No internet connection required, and it is available on all networks. *219#. Simpler, smarter, faster. Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Everyone deserves a home.
We begin the program, like always, with news highlights from the FMBN Diary. And tonight, alongside other stories, FMBN boss makes an appearance before Committee on Public Accounts. Keep watching.
The Managing Director of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, FMBN, Mr. Ahmed Dangiwa, has again expressed the commitment of the bank to ensuring transparency and accountability in the management of the bank's finances. He gave the commitment when he appeared before the Senate's Public Accounts Committee to answer queries from the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation on Thursday, the 8th of April 2021. In kickstarting the event, the committee chairman said it was to accord the managing director the opportunity of a fair hearing over the queries.
We don't believe that you should be given the benefit of defense before the Senate will take a decision on the matter. This committee constitutionally is charged with the responsibility of seeing these reports and making recommendations to the Senate. So we have invited you. We could as well have gone ahead to take all the queries raised by the Auditor General, but we just believe, as Parliament, we have to call you, and look more into the details of it.
In one of the queries, as read out by the representative of the Auditor General, it was alleged that the bank granted an interest waiver of 2.103 billion naira from 5 estate developers without its board's approval.
From the amount, the sum of 812.570 million was granted to 3 of the developers as credit adjustments. This was also not approved by the board. Risk: possibility of connivance with the estate agents to commit fraud, thereby resulting in a loss of revenue to government.
Managing Director of the bank, Mr. Ahmed Dangiwa, gave a response on oath as well as with a documented evidence.
The bank does not grant waiver on compulsory interest earned on estate EDL for the first 24 months. as the amount earned as interest in this period is non-negotiable by the bank. And the policy of the bank that other interest above that, it only grant waiver for the nominal interest accrued from the 25th month to date of loan work out as remedial approach to managing of non-performing loans to enable the bank reduce lost accounts and clean the books. If you look at Appendix 2, page 2 to 6. However, the table shows on the second page the detail of the interest waiver given to the 5 developers, the relevant management and board approval and ratification, as well as the bank policy on interest waiver are here attached.
Convinced with the explanation as well as the documents presented to the committee, the query was accordingly vacated. The branch manager, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, Bauchi State, Ya'u Leko Idris, has said that the branch is targeting to get the informal sector and semi-private sector into the NHF scheme. He was speaking during an interview recently. Idris said that the branch office in the state has captured the public sector and is now focusing on the informal sector to join and benefit from the scheme.
We are now targeting the informal sector. That is the non-formal sector. Those people are not working with the government. It's our main target. And then we are also targeting semi-private sector. For example, the private schools, private primary and secondary school workers. We are already engaging them. We are also targeting the private clinics, private hospitals. We discovered that this segment of the economy are not even aware, not being fully sensitized about National Housing Fund. So we had a lot of engagements, and we are having engagement with this type of sector.
He added that the branch office is also targeting relevant agencies and labor unions in the state for more contributors to the NHF scheme.
Like I mentioned earlier, the FMBN has a mandate to create awareness about the NHF scheme and all that it stands for. Indeed, a lot of people and countless organized groups have taken interest and keyed into the scheme, and for some, the story is already a success for them. The target of the FMBN is that every Nigerian will be aware of the NHF scheme and soon enjoy its benefits. In our next segment, we will bring you details of the one-day sensitization exercise the bank organized for the Kwara State Universal Basic Education Board.
One way the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria has employed in promoting its various products is by awareness creation through public enlightenment programs. This, the bank embarks on every now and then to inform and educate the general public as well as different sections of the society on how they can benefit from the various products of the bank. Ilorin, the Kwara State capital, was the port of call recently, as the state branch of the bank, in collaboration with its zonal office as well as the head office of the FMBN, organized a one-day sensitization program on National Housing Fund scheme for staff of the Kwara State Universal Basic Education Board. The program was held at the Ilorin Golf Club, and the program attracted desk officers from the 16 local government areas of the state. Present at the occasion was the Executive Director, Business Development and Portfolio Management, Malam Dankani Umar Abdullahi, who represented Architect Ahmed Dangiwa, the Ibadan Zonal Director of the bank, Mr. Abiodun Fashina, representatives of the State Head of Service, representative of the State Accountant General, the Director of Administration, Kwara Subeb, as well as union leaders, among others. In his opening remarks, the Kwara State Branch Manager of Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Adedoko Nadekanye, welcomes the participants to the gatherings, emphasizing the purpose of the program.
You're going to enjoy this workshop. There are so many things you haven't known about NHF, which we want to, instead of taking it to Kayama. We want to buy from Abuja. We are bringing it to your doorstep here.
Malam Dankani Umar Abdullahi explained that the gathering is a means of enlightening the public on what the FMBN is all about. He highlighted the various advantages it holds for the public, especially contributors of the NHF.
The act that established this scheme came up with the requirement that every Nigerian, not just a civil servant, but every Nigerian that earns 3,000 naira a month and is of 18 years and above should contribute into the scheme 2.5% of that earning. It has made it mandatory. It's not by choice. The act has made it mandatory to every Nigerian, whether in Nigeria or outside Nigeria, should participate into the scheme and should also be eligible to go to Federal Mortgage Bank and access all the services and products made available.
While commending the Kwara State government for its support for the scheme in the state, he said, the gathering is also a way of ironing out the grey areas by allowing the participants to express their minds and seek clarification towards understanding the scheme better. Following the first session, an interactive session where participants were given the opportunity to ask questions bothering them on the scheme was opened, after which explanations and answers were provided.
Junior officers, the number staff from maybe level 3, 4 to level 6, can they apply or they are not eligible?
If you are 18 years and above and you are already engaged in formal service, irrespective of your level, whether you are on level 1 to level 17, so far you are a contributor to the fund, you are eligible to apply, but subject to your affordability.
Number 2, I have the numbers of those that died in the active service or retired under SUBEB that were unable to get their contributions in the past. I don't know why it is so, and I don't know what you are doing to right the wrong.
In the event of death of a contributor, the next of kin that you have already indicated in your form 2, we call it form 2, when you are registering for our scheme, the person you have mentioned there will benefit, is the one that will now repay your contribution to. But if you are not dead, you are still living, but you are disengaged from service before your retirement age, we are not going outside the law. The NHF Act was established by a decree, but now Act of March 3 of 1992. And we are federal government sponsored enterprise. We cannot go outside the law. So what the Act says is after your retirement, when you are 60, then you can now approach any of our offices.
The ED explained that the bank is putting efforts to tackle the issue and ensure that those interested in the interest-free loans are not denied the opportunity. He also spoke on the stage at which the process is at present.
We are doing everything possible. The National Assembly has given the go-ahead to go and mobilize money, 10 billion naira for school. But we are very much ready to start floating school for 5 billion naira. So by the time we start 5 billion, we floated it. We have seen how successful it is. Then another day, another 5 will follow. Then next year, I want to make a budget. Maybe we'll make a budget of 20 billion naira. And the people that will come after us will continue.
The Kwara State Branch Manager, Mr. Adedokun Adekanye, spoke on the progress made so far by the branch on some of the products of the bank, like the home renovation loan.
And I'm happy to let you know that the scheme, we package them on 2 platforms. One for rent to own, which is one of our new products, and the other half by National Housing Fund through primary mortgage institution. We have 250 units completed by Kamabilye at Kori, and 100 units is ongoing. And I'm pleased to let you know that out of it, we have kind of highlighted about 20 to 25 to 30 units of those 3 bedrooms for rent-to-home platform, and it's cheap. It's about 5.5 million. We equally have cooperative housing development. We haven't done that in any part of Nigeria. Informal cooperative housing development at Ogbondoroko, there are about 108 units, and we are even packaging them for rent-to-home platform. Please give FMBN a round of applause.
You are watching Everyone Deserves a Home. One product of the FMBN which has helped it carry out its mandate of providing homes for Nigerians is the Estate Development Loan. Many NHF contributors have become homeowners courtesy of the houses built through the EDL. Tonight, we shall focus on one such project developed via EDL window in Gombe State. Keep watching.
This is the Duku Road Housing Estate located along Duku Road, Gombe Town, the Gombe State capital. The project was developed by the Gombe State Investment and Property Development. The principal manager provides an insight.
We wanted to develop about 450 housing units. So because we have constraint of finance, we are now able to develop 150 units. The initial agreement with the FMBN, the state government will provide the infrastructure, that's the road, the water, reticulation, the electricity, and the land, while the FMBN, that's the Federal Mortgage Bank, will finance the project.
At construction, the project was targeted at civil servants in Gombe State. Currently, not only civil servants in the state have benefited, but those from the informal sector have also gotten homes. The 150 units housing estate is already fully completed and off-taken. The project consists of 68 units of 3-bedroom fully detached bungalows and 82 units of 2-bedroom fully detached bungalows. The developer says quality was the watchword while the project was ongoing.
We have our teams of supervisors, our team of engineers comprises of our building team, that's building professionals, the architect, the civil engineers, and all the necessary professionals in the building interest. They are all there to ensure that there are no compromise to this standard. As you can see, seeing is believing. The houses were constructed to the best we can do.
The estate enjoys up to 20 hours power supply along with other facilities that were provided to make living more pleasant in the estate.
We have provided the roads, the drainages, we have done the water reticulation. The main supply was connected to the public mains. We have electricity. We have, I think, in Gombe, you hardly get a location that is getting about 20 to 24 hours electricity supply apart from this estate.
Experts have stressed the need to develop indigenous technology capacity of engineers in order to contend with foreign infiltration into the construction sector. They were asked to leverage individual and organizational partnership to improve and retrain their skills knowledge. Leading the call at the second edition of Akitude Zedomi Distinguished Lecture Series in Lagos, Anthony Adegbola, an engineer who presented a lecture titled Building Indigenous Capacity for National Development, said no country can develop by depending on foreigners. He added that disruptive innovations are needed to cushion the effects of the outbreak of coronavirus pandemic and called on engineers to offer solutions which will stem the tide. According to him, the solutions would come if engineers build capacities, as there is often a much simpler low-grade solution that's more affordable and accessible to larger population.
You are still watching Everyone Deserves a Home, bringing you proof that the FMBN is doing quite a lot in making it possible for ordinary Nigerians to own homes. While we take time to educate you on the various products and activities of the bank in home delivery to Nigerians, we'll also love to bring you evidence that it is not just hearsay, but that actual people truly benefit from the NHF scheme.
You may be threatened every year. I thought mortgage is an alien thing.
When this house came, I even added weight.
I was really happy about that.
They made it easy for everybody.
It's very flexible. I'm one of the beneficiaries.
Federal Mortgage Bank has done well.
Houses for all.
Olushola Matthew Babalola, an entrepreneur residing at the Futa FMBN housing estate in Ilaramokin, Ondo State, is the proud owner of a 4-bedroom fully detached flat which he got at the cost of 12 million naira.
When I heard the information came to us and we came into the site, we met the facilitator and the developer on site. I remember the first day I met the developer with some other persons, and we were told to have a form, which was just a token, and we obtained the form, and documentations were done, and we had to pay the percentage that we had to pay, which is just a little 10%.
He describes the NHF scheme as a brilliant initiative, good enough to tackle the housing deficit in Nigeria to a large extent.
The program is awesome, the program is good. The program should please not be stopped by any governments, or shouldn't be stopped by Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria too. They should try and put more money into that sector, which they are actually meant for, and they are doing it, but they should please do more to put more money into that sector and do it well. It will make all of us live well. We will not have heart attack, high blood pressure of putting block on block, high blood pressures of buying the roof by ourselves. We just get a place made ready for you. You are in, you are living fine, and you are going on, and that's all.
Babalola is ecstatic about the facilities provided in the estate, especially electricity, which he says makes his job easier and convenient for him to work from home.
Looking at holistic measures with Nigerian situations, I would rate the estate facility as best for me, because I've lived in some areas, and especially if I wouldn't appreciate anything, I think I would appreciate the lighting. And of course there's water. The topography here, of course, there's water. And facility, I'm good.
The proud home owner says with government initiatives like this one, the housing deficit in Nigeria will soon be a thing of the past, as it will go a long way in providing homes.
I would say that the government is doing well, and the government is doing their best. But if I will come from that angle of my own opinion now, I will say that the government should do more.
Although Babalola is not coming from a rented apartment, he says the house is more convenient for him compared to where he stayed.
I stay in my own personal house too. I stayed in my own personal building. But of course, when you have a better place, that it's your choice and your taste, you can decide to leave any apartment for a better place. I got this place as, like I said, I got it like my desired facility, and I moved into it.
He says the serene environment was what attracted him to the house. He finally says that with consistency, more people will receive enlightenment and key into the NHF scheme, which will enable more people own homes.
I hope you enjoyed the program as much as I did. I will come your way again next week with more from the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Until then, log on to our website at www.fmbn.gov.ng or kindly visit any of our offices near you for more on how to join or take part in the scheme. Bye for now.